Live report powered by Amity University.
Good evening, viewers. Welcome to Republic TV. We begin with the breaking news that's coming in, a political earthquake almost in the state of Maharashtra. Today, for the very first time, in the Maharashtra Legislative Assembly, we see leader of opposition Devendra Fadnavis coming out with a pen drive. Viewers, that pen drive has claimed to have 125 hours of video recording of a special public prosecutor who's allegedly conspiring to trap opposition leaders. It's one of the biggest political earthquakes that are going to be caused in the state of Maharashtra. Devendra Fadnavis hands over a pen drive of selected videos to the speaker. He demands a CBI inquiry in the matter, and he claims that they were trying to trap opposition leaders, which include Girish Mahajan. And he hands over the pen drive to the assembly. Viewers, one of the biggest stories to hit politics in recent times. He says there is so much material in it that there could be a web series. Devendra Fadnavis is reading out the call data records of conspiracy that were made against the BJP leaders and submitting video proof in the Maharashtra Assembly today. Even as we would like to play that out, because this is clearly sparking off and exposing new things, I want to go across to Member of Parliament, Senior Advocate of the Supreme Court, one of the country's most known faces, Mr. Mahesh Jethmalani. Mr. Jethmalani, what Devendra Fadnavis has tried to expose as the leader of opposition in the assembly is sensational and shocking. And what it's trying to show is a nexus between government lawyers, agencies and politicians to frame BJP leaders.
Yeah, Rhythm, this is the most sordid event. And Mr. Fadnavis has said that the state government should transfer this matter to the CBI. And according to me, in the state of Maharashtra, nobody can be trusted for a fair investigation. Immediately, the matter should be handed over to the CBI as per Mr. Fadnavis' demand. It's the only right thing to do. And thereafter, the CBI should take it over and immediately arrest the special public prosecutor, Mr. Chavan, who is the center of this entire earthquake. Of course, while one says he's the center, it's only because his entire conversation has been taped over 125 hours, in which he reveals this most sordid episode, which consists of, in which the parties have been the highest politicians, the most senior leaders of the state of Maharashtra's Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi government. They have all been party to a criminal conspiracy to falsely implicate opposition leaders, including by planting bloodstained knives on one of them. I mean, that's the extent. This is the lowest level of politics. Ever since the exposure of Anil Deshmukh, this government has moved from one disaster. If Makoka should be applied to anybody, it should be to all these persons who have been parties to this conspiracy, about which the first person to be arrested, as I said, is Special Public Prosecutor Chavan. And please understand, in this videotape, the gentleman, Mr. Chavan, has given evidence of police officers who were unwilling to be members of this, to be parties to this conspiracy of false implication of opposition leaders. Those police officers were shunted out, replaced at the behest of the most powerful politicians in the state of Maharashtra with new police officers. Cabinet ministers who are also consulted on this matter said this should not be done. I'm not taking any names, but Mr. Fadnavis has, the tape recording has those names. This is visual and audio evidence of the highest caliber. This is the most contemptible conspiracy. And it is time, if the CBI does not take over this case, courtesy the consent of the state government, a 226 petition or even a 32 petition in the Supreme Court should be filed, because this is crime at the highest levels and the most dastardly crimes.
Mr. Jethmalani, we've also heard, and this viewers needs to be verified because the entire conversation was in Marathi that was played out in the assembly. Mr. Jethmalani, there is possibly a hint we are picking up of them being different cases that were going to be put against the BJP leaders, includes a fake drug case, a fake half murder case allegedly, and they were being plotted by government lawyers to be put with fake witnesses. Now, if the charges are so serious, how is this going to play out in the state? Because it's clearly causing a political earthquake now in the state of Maharashtra.
I mean, this has to go to a court. The court has to view it in a manner which it deems fit. And thereafter, if anything transpires, this government should be taken to task. All the people who are responsible for the conspiracy should meet their just deserts. And I think it might well be a case for dismissal of the state government. Though I don't think that needs to be done because this government is on its last legs after today's episode. It was always shaky, but now it's definitely on its last legs. And nothing can save it. And the more they try to do it, they should now take an honorable exit. And those who are not party to this conspiracy should see the writing on the wall, see how serious the crime is, which this audio and video exposes, and they should distance themselves from the activities of those who have most to lose in this government because they've been caught, their hands in the till, in a corrupt till, financial misdemeanors of the highest order by those who are now trying to falsely implicate, in absurd cases, members of the opposition. So those who are innocent should distance themselves from those people who are guilty of this unholy conspiracy.
Yes. My last question to you, sir, as we're looking at this expose, which is showing the nexus between government lawyers, it clearly goes to the very top. Because this is right now, like you said, on tape, the special public prosecutor. But obviously, instructions for such cases have to be given by higher-ups.
Absolutely. I mean, both at the political level and the police level, those at the very highest levels are involved. There's no question about it. It is already on tape itself, those who are involved. I don't want to take any names and prejudice anybody because the tape has to be verified, though I have no doubt that it is authentic. But it needs to be verified in a manner known to law. It needs to be put before the right judicial forum, and action thereafter has to follow, again, as per procedure established by law.
Yes, thank you, sir, for giving us those details. It's a story we're going to very closely watch because this could be end game for the MVA, as already we are seeing political tremors being caused in the state of Maharashtra. Thank you, Mr. Jethmalani, for being with us.
Thank you.